Today we're going to remove the dashboard. Not really looking forward to this one, but we might as well jump into it. First up, we're going to remove the steering wheel, which has 6 Allens holding it on to a hub. This steering wheel is not stock and it's not in very good shape, so I'm not sure I'm even going to keep it. So it's a little bit cold in the garage, so in the background you'll hear the heater going. I'm going to end up putting the steering wheel back on this hub here so I can turn the car when needed. This assembly's obviously not stock. Okay, so I put it back together so I have something to steer the car with when I need to move it. So a little makeshift seat so I'm not sitting right on the floor, and to protect me from getting scratched up, I've got this towel over the edges here. See, they're pretty bad. Don't want to get my legs all scraped up. So the next move I'm going to do is take this cap out, and there's a Phillips screw there, and then underneath the dash there's several, I think there's 4 Phillips screws that I'll remove that will take out the lower knee bolster or the dash pad for the knees, whatever it's called. We'll go over to the other side. Okay, there's one right here. The other side's missing. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try to get this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Knee bolster out. Next up, it's time to take the gauges out. Pretty simple, they just pull out, they're held in by a rubber seal. So it's on to the removal of the dash. It looks like it's had a little bit of moisture in it. I imagine there's going to be a lot of corrosion and other things like that. I think the first thing I'll do is take out all the switches and the gauges, and then the turn signal and wiper assembly. And then from there, we will see if we can unbolt it. And I understand there's about 10 different fasteners. First thing we're going to do is take out the turn signal and wiper multifunction switches. Yeah, I know they're not connected, so it should slide right out. Unless there's something I'm missing here. Huh. Oh, I'm guessing these are the hoses for the washer, windshield washers. Yep. So how do I get those out? Well, they're attached here. There we go. So here we got it. Thought in my other car there was a separate connector for this. Oh yeah, I broke it. Okay, well, so much for that. So I undid some screws here that hold this cover to the ignition, assuming that comes out if I unplug it in the back. Okay, there's some type of C-clip here. Let's just go ahead and take these off. Just so I have a recollection of order, we got headlights, hazard lights, fog lights, rear window defogger. Just for reference sake. lamps. I'm sure there's a special tool for these that I don't have, and this headlight one's going to be a toughie. Okay, yes, this is not the way to do it, but it's all I got because I don't have whatever special tool is needed to do this. All right. These are probably held in by some type of C-clamp or something. I'll figure that out later. Now we'll try to remove the gauge bezel or fascia. I'm not quite sure what it's called. And looks old and tired. So it looks like I'm gonna have to disconnect the steering column. So there's actually 4 hex heads. They're 6mm. There we go. All right. Well, hopefully my head wasn't completely in the way and blocked out everything. Okay, now we're loose. Ooh, look at that. That's nice. So I'm going to start with these 2 here and on the other side, and we'll work our way in. Okay, these are 6mm, so we'll take those out. Well, I felt the dashboard shift a little, so it's a good thing. So there's a 10mm bolt here that I'm going to try to get out, and we'll see what happens after that. Next, I think I will take the fuse box, undo it, let it hang. All right, fuse box is down. So I can see some 10mm nuts up there, up underneath. It looks like it holds the dash. There's 1 on each side, so we'll take those out next. So it turns out there's a combination of about 10 nylon and steel nuts that have to be removed to get the dash out. I'm going to go ahead and do this one holding in the heater control assembly. It appears to be a 10mm. Out she comes. Oh, nice. All right, well, I'm gonna have to disconnect these cables. Ah, there we go. Okay, so brown ground. Here's another brown is ground. This brown and white is ground. And right here we've got yellow and white to the left of me, green and white to the middle. It's like white to the right. Just come unplugged. Yep. There we go. Take this bulb out. Okay, there's the heater control assembly. Next up, I think we'll take out the glove box. Okay, it appears the glove box is held in by what looks like a 8, hopefully. Well, while I was trying to pull out the glove box, I did find one of these nylon nuts, And I am now realizing the camera isn't even on the glove box, so what a waste. Honestly, it was so painful reviewing this video of my battle with this glove box for probably close to an hour with no real results, I decided I would save you from having to watch it. I basically destroyed the cardboard glove box getting it out. So we've got a couple of more nylon nuts on each side, one here and one at the other outlet, vent outlet, that need to come out. So we'll go ahead and do that. That should be loose enough. Some washer in there too. Okay, and then I'll go the other side and do that one. Actually, I take it back. These are not nylon. This is metal. After removing the 8 nuts holding down the dash pad, I was able to remove it. So here are the 8 fasteners that hold the dash pad to the dashboard. The dashboard is held to the body by fasteners that are basically like a bolt shank going downward into the body. In order to remove the dashboard, I have to lift up. This led to the problem of the windshield getting into the way. There just wasn't enough clearance. To me, this meant I had to remove the windshield. You can see the windshield removal in an upcoming video titled Removing Glass. With the windshield out, I was able to access the dashboard much easier. If anyone knows how I could have avoided this, having to remove the windshield to get the dash out, let me know in the comments. Now let's have a look at the windshield frame. And it looks not too bad. We'll clean it up. We're going to take a better look for rust later on, but you know, it looks pretty good. I'm not too surprised. So next we will take out the dash, and then we'll hook the steering column back up so we can move the car around. Yeah, next thing we'll do is take this harness out, or disconnect it from the dashboard. But everything looks pretty good here as far as taking it apart. So here's what I'm looking at. A lot of wires, but we'll get them sorted. There are metal tabs running along the dashboard holding the harness that must be bent back. However, I do have another issue. The dashboard will not clear the steering column. By unplugging the cylinder, I was able to get the cylinder out of the steering column, and I think I have enough room now to get this dashboard past this column so I don't have to completely disconnect it. Yep, there we go. All right. Now all we got to do is undo the rest of this wiring and we'll be good. I'm going to bolt this back up here like so I can steer the car. And then we'll get the rest of the harness disconnected. Okay, just gonna put this back up. After removing a few more connections and the tabs holding the harness, the dashboard was out. I mean, I'll get rid of this aluminum, whatever this is, and redo the front. But other than that, you know, it's got the pod for the gauges, and Porsche did use all the right gauges. Unlike American cars, it would give you a performance car without a tack, or you know, with idiot lights, and it just, sometimes they'd have gauge packages, but they just didn't quite get it in the beginning. So I think they were more focused on luxury than they were performance. Okay, real quick, I wanted to look at this dashboard from underneath. There's one of the attachment screws that I'm not sure whether it was the nylon or metal that connected to that, but you can see there's 4 of them. And the dash is not in bad shape, it's just kind of hacked up. but I think I'm going to reuse it no matter what I do with the car. And that concludes the removal of the dash. Oof, I'm glad that's over. Thanks for watching.